Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Retha Speaks. I have a lot to get into today, but before I get into all the things, please hit the like, subscribe, the bell, just all the things, all right? As you can see today, I'm not sitting here by myself. I'm joined by my amazing husband, Hilton. Babe, say hi to the people.
Hi, people.
All right, so it is the month of April and it is Autism Awareness Month. And I wanted to do a segment just about autism, and I wanted my husband to join because this is a very sensitive topic for us as autism has impacted our lives. And so our son, Noah, our firstborn child, our only son, was diagnosed with autism back in 2021. Our son, he hit all his milestones, right? He was eating everything. He was talking clear, and then he just regressed. And it kind of confused us a little bit.
Even when we went to the doctor just, he didn't even know. He just was saying maybe he should go into school, and then we put him to school around other kids. And like I said, he started changing. Mm-hmm. And I just watched him. My kid be one way and then go to another way. One moment he's talking and then boom, he wasn't talking. Like I said, he went through a whole little phase. Even when we moved down here, he wasn't talking at all.
I ended up having to start to do research on getting him evaluated and seeing what help we can get him. Yeah. There's a lot of people in our lives at the moment that still doesn't know that Noah has autism. For me, when Noah was first diagnosed, I was still trying to understand it. I told my intimate family members, but I didn't really tell, my extended family members, because honestly, I didn't want anybody talking down on my son and using him as a topic of conversations, especially when I'm still trying to understand this diagnosis that has now impacted our world and has now changed our world. I kept it real. I kept it real private.
I never really talked about it. Because, like I said, I just didn't understand it. But I don't care to share it. You know what I mean? Somebody want to know, I let them know. Yeah, he on the spectrum, but we blessed because my son, he has a wide range of things of eating foods, being able to tell me that he loves me, coming to give me a hug. You know, some it's kid, Noah 9, it's some kids that's 9 years old and they can't even speak. They parents never even heard them say that I love you. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't hard for me to tell anybody, you know what I'm saying? But, did I try to protect it? Of course, because I'm still trying to understand it.
What did you say autism taught you within yourself?
I just got to be just more patience, you know what I'm saying? Because, know what I mean? You lose your mind. You can lose yourself because you got to remember, you got to stay composed. You got to be patient because he's battling in his mind. You trying to understand him, and he's trying to understand the world.
Yeah.
And whatever he's doing, he in his mind, this is regular. This is what goes on in my world.
As for me, I will have to say autism has shown me my strength, because taking care of a special needs child in general is not for the weak. It is not. It will break you mentally, emotionally, physically. It will break you down. But I feel like our strength is in our getting up, where we can't stay down for too long. We got to get back up. Do I cry? Yes. Do I break down? Yes. But I always got to get up. Even with the tears in my eyes, I got to get up, and the day keeps going. My child is still going to be autistic at the end of this meltdown. I still got to go out there and put my best foot forward. Autism is a great teacher. That's one thing that I've learned. It's really a great teacher. It'll teach you about yourself. And it also teach you about the world that you live in. It will also teach you about the people that surround you. You will really see who's in your corner. But I wanted to ask you, babe, about why. Have you ever asked why? Or why my child? Why?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's just a human. That's just the human in you. Because, like I said, Noah, it wasn't like, this was discovered at birth, or, this took 3 years to happen, my son started regressing at the age of 3. So of course I ask why. You know what I mean? I'm not saying as if it's a curse, but it's just like, you know, when I look at my life, I look at the things that I overcome and the things, how my life started. I'm like, damn, why me? Why my kid? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is. You know, he got a loving mother, loving father, and we gonna ride it out to the end.
Yes,
you know
we
what I
are.
mean? Whatever it may look like. And like I said, my son, he grow and he change every day. From talking to not talking to talking. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here with him to whatever that may look like. You know what I'm saying? I hope for the best that he could someday go off and live his own life. But if that's not what it is, I'm here for him. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, my son, he's truly a blessing, and
For a fact.
And that's kind of one of my biggest fears is when he get to a certain age and a certain point, and he have to go out into the world. And
will the world be so welcoming?
Exactly, the world might not understand him.
When Noah was first diagnosed with autism, I asked a lot of why, you know, and I've learned and build enough relationship with the Lord to know he's not afraid of my why. So I ask a lot of whys, and this was when Noah was 3. I would never forget. This was the last day I asked why. I took him to go get evaluated for occupational therapy. And we were all sitting in the waiting room with other parents with their special need children. And there was a mom beside me. And I remember she just was explaining how she was in and out of the hospital because her baby girl just kept having seizures back to back. And I sat there and I'm just listening to her story, and my heart is breaking for this mom. And just listening to all that she went through, I had a thought. I'm like, I've never had to be in and out of the hospital with Noah like this. Thank God. I've never had to experience half of what she is living in right now. And I'm like, I'm living in my reality, and I'm asking God all these whys when this mom would trade with me in a second. Yeah. From that day, I never asked God why again. Because my reality, as much as I wouldn't want it to look like the way it does, it looks good. It looks good. So I've never asked why again.
I mean, even with that, because you start looking at yourself. Like,
yeah.
What did I do? You know
yeah. For a fact.
I ain't gonna lie, I even questioned my wife, you know what I'm saying?
Sure did.
I gotta put that in there.
No, I'm leaving that part.
You know what I'm saying? It's really just hard, you know what I mean?
It's hard.
It's a hard life to live.
It's hard.
I'm blessed to have him, you know what I mean? And I'm glad that I'm in his life and that God chose me to be his father, because most people, they just walk away, you know what I mean? So
yeah. I think one of the battles I would say that comes with autism, the help that you desire to get for your kids is not always as accessible as you need for it to be. Like, I remember we waited almost a year for Noah. We waited a year for Noah to be reevaluated. But like, you have to take on all that comes with autism within your child. The tantrums, the meltdowns, you got to deal with all of that. And then you got to deal with what comes outside of the world, where you want help for your children, but you got wait lists, or you're being denied for certain things, or
you don't live in a certain area.
Right. It's like,
so they be trying to
so that's why
you to move somewhere else.
Yeah. So that's why it will take a toll on a person mentally. Like, it would really take a toll on you mentally. Again, that's why I'm glad I have my husband, where sometimes I'm like, and I say take them because we have 2 kids. We have a daughter and a son. And I'm like, take them. I need a break. And I don't think people really understand what it is to have a special needs child. Like, it's one thing to be a parent, but being a parent of a special needs child, it's a total different ballgame. Like my husband stated earlier, how we parent Nova is a lot different than how we parent Noah. Sometimes you really have to depend on the people around you. For those who don't have a village, I take my hat off to them, and I'll pray for their strength, because it's not easy.
Definitely not easy, because there's even parents out here with 4 kids that's on the spectrum. So
Yeah.
we dealing with one.
One.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine a person that has 4.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just the story that God wrote for them, and we just gotta be better as humans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody need love out here. I just would hope that the love that people have for me, they show the same love to my son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To any special need kid, for that matter, because you just never know what someone's going through at home, or their day-to-day life, how they live it.
As well as you never know when autism might knock at your door.
Right.
You reap what you sow. So if you go ahead out here and you see these special needs children and you're mean to them because they don't operate like you do, be careful, because you might have to be the next. First of all, special needs, not because you weren't born with it, does not mean it's something you cannot end up living out in your own life, because an accident can happen. Anything can happen to you, and now you're special need. Now you're disabled. So you really have to be careful of the seed that you sow. No, they don't operate like you. No, they don't talk like you, but they're human just like you. They bleed just like you. So you don't get to look down on anyone with a disability or special needs. They're God's child just as much as you are. What would you like for people to understand about autism or special needs children?
They kids, you know what I'm saying? They still your kids. You may not be able to live out all the dreams that you might have planned. You just gotta redirect. You know what I'm saying? And don't be ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to be able to help one another. You know what I'm saying? Because what you may be going through, it could possibly be able to help somebody else. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people be feeling the shame of having a special need kid. So if I could say anything, I could say, you know, just make more awareness of it. You know, because you never know who's out there to help you or have any answers or whatever. You know, I don't speak on it much. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, but because that's just me. You know what I mean? But it's more, if you know, you know. Like I said, this isn't an easy life to live. It's very hard. It's very draining. You know, like I said, my son, he keeps me on my toes. Cause you just never know with Noah, man. He always doing something. He always trying to experience something. He fearless. You know what I'm saying?
For a fact.
He fearless.
For a fact. To his own detriment, though. Because
yeah, and that's another thing right there. Could be very dangerous. You know, because again, he just don't be understanding sometimes. And my wife, she probably feel like I be soft on Noah, but I really don't. I really be just trying to understand him. You know what I mean? Certain approaches that I would take, that I take with my daughter, I don't take with Noah, because he really just doesn't understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless he's playing tricks on me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because like he put a doll in the microwave.
A doll in the microwave.
You know what I mean? I'm just assuming
you saw that on YouTube or something.
You know what I mean?
Jesus. We love our son, and like my husband stated, this is just a story that God wrote for him, and he's living it out.
Yeah.
And we just get to walk it out with him, and we just pray that we're doing what we need to do now, so that when we're no longer here, that he can continue to live and continue to be great. I think one of the worst things the world can ever try to do is count them out. If you ask me, I think a lot of the cures that we're searching for right now, an autistic child might have it right there in their mind, because again, they think outside of the box. So yeah, you never want to count a special needs child out. Never. All right, so that's about it. I think we're doing the best we can.
Oh yeah.
We're doing the best we can, okay?
Keep being a mom, keep being a dad, especially the dads.
Especially the moms.
Well, most, but you know, the dads are needed. You know, that's the whole point I'm making. You know, mostly you'll see a mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the dads are definitely needed.
Yeah. Agreed.
But, you know, just keep doing your best, you know.
Yeah. We got this. All right, guys, that is it for Retha Speaks this week. Just brought you into my world a little bit. And huge thank you to my husband for joining.
Be the last time I'll be here.
This is not your last time. I'm going to try to get him back here. Hey guys, just thank you for joining us, babe. You want to say anything to the people before you go?
Don't do drugs.